Hi everyone, so after 9 weeks of waiting, I'm finally going to be doing a tutorial on the Twisted Helix bracelet. I showed this in my Q&A video. This is probably my favorite original design, so I did create it. I wanted to name it the Double Helix, but Tutorials by A has a bracelet by that name. And this bracelet basically comes off a Loom looking twisted, and I think this is really cool. And if you like this bracelet as much as I do, please give this video a big thumbs up, and remember, if you post on Instagram, use the correct hashtag, which will be on the screen, and my links are all in the description box. So without further ado, let's get started. You're needing any type of loom, and it has to be in the stagger configuration. I removed one of my. You'll also need a C-clip or S-clip, and bands. This is actually my first time using the neon orange from Michaels. I'm super excited. So I'll be using neon orange and pink for the insides. This is neon pink, by the way. And then I will be using white for the border. Sorry for the long intro, but let's just jump right into the video. So the actual border is last, but in order to close off a bracelet, we need to place one border band. So I'm just going to go from the middle out to the right. I'm going to switch to the inside. So I'll be alternating between neon orange and neon pink. So I'm taking my orange. I'm going to go from the first pin on the center to the second pin on the right, so it's a long stretch. And then we're going to be kind of making like a lightning bolt pattern. Not really sure how to explain it, but I'm going to be using my pink and going diagonally downwards. So we ended our orange band on this pin, going to connect it to the pin diagonally below it. So from the second pin on the middle to the second pin on the right, like that. And then I'll be doing a long stretch with my orange band. So it kind of looks like a lightning bolt, and that's the pattern. So with my pink, I'll just be doing a diagonal band, and that will be downwards, and then my orange will be a little long stretch upwards. So hopefully this makes sense, and I'm just going to continue this until I reach the end of the loom, but I'm not going to do it between these two pegs. So I'll stay on camera. Sorry for not uploading, but I had a coughing virus. It wasn't super bad, but I was just coughing a lot, and I also had a cold and a fever at one point, so I sounded really bad. I couldn't really make videos without annoying anyone with my voice, and I'm still coughing occasionally, but I will cut that out if I cough during the video. So hopefully this placement makes sense, and the hardest part is the hooking process, because you need to like fold bands over and do crazy stuff. So just always take your time when you're making the bracelet, go at your own pace, and if I go too fast you can feel free to pause and rewind the video. And my base plate is very dirty, so just ignore that. And I think someday, in the future or soon, I don't really know, I will get like a white piece of wood for my background so it's not as reflective and slidey. That makes sense, because right now I'm using a whiteboard sticker. And the reason I haven't used neon orange, sorry for all this talking, but it's because I have never seen it on Michael. So now my last band will be a long stretch. So now this is what my bracelet looks like. Now I'm going to go back to placing my border. I'm not sure why the lighting is so weird, but I'm going to go back to the bottom, and we don't need to place this first band because we already did it. So I'm taking my white, basically just go up the two pin bars that you did your design on. And I believe this is my first 2-pin bar design that I've done a tutorial for. And I have 2 other original designs, and they are both hook only, so be prepared for that. Except one of them can be modified, so instead of having like a fishtail on the side, it just has a single chain, and then it can be made on 2 pegs, but not sure if I'll be making that version in the video. And as always, comment down below if you like me talking a lot. I mean, I'll probably talk anyway, but sometimes I feel like I talk too much. So now that I'm at the top of my loom, I'm just going to go upwards once more. And close it off. So this is what my loom looks like. I absolutely love how the neon bands look. Now I'm going to start the hooking process. So turn your loom around and make a cat band on this peg right here. Just wrap it around once to make 2 loops, or wrap around twice, however you say it. And I won't be fast forwarding or pausing the video at any point during this tutorial because I don't want anyone to get lost, since it is such a nice design in my opinion. But now I'm going to grab my hook, and I'm going to go inside the cat band, so just push it back. Grab the top band, which is white, or whatever color your border is, and loop it out to the right. And then re-enter your cat band and just grab the top band only, go forward. So that's the pattern for now. We're just going to loop the border, but we're not going to loop this last band because that holds a bracelet together. So just keep grabbing the top border band and loop it upwards. And I'm not trying to brag, but I will be getting a new camera in July. So yeah, July will actually be the anniversary of my first video. That is still on my channel because I posted videos that were really bad and I deleted them. So I don't even know what happened to those videos, but they were very bad. Not even sure why I uploaded them. But I think July 6th or 7th, I'm not really sure, is my first video. So my quality should improve. Okay, once you get to the top, this is what your loom looks like. Again, don't loop this band because we looped at the very last step. So now I'm going back to the bottom of my loom, and I'm going to try to go as slowly as possible because I really want everyone to be able to make this. But I'm going to go inside my cat band, and the first, or the only band left on there to loop is the neon orange. But, oops. Instead of looping it to the other end, right here, I'm going to just loop it to this pin right here. Like that. And you can see that these bands are just loose. So you can do this one of 2 ways. I'm going to show you both. But the first time I'll just do one at a time. So I'll show you on the side, underneath the border bands, that's all we care about. There is a pink on top and then orange below. So you can loop them both together, or you can do it separately, but I'll start with separately. And all of the bands that are on the left pin bar will be looped forward. So they're not going to be looped to where the other end is. They're just going to be looped up. So push back the bands. And I'm pushing back everything above the border and the border band. So I will zoom in here. So you can see that I have the 2 bands that I was just talking about, the neon pink and the neon orange. So I'm starting with the pink, just grab it and loop it forward. Then go back in and grab the orange and loop that forwards as well. So both the bands are up there, and you can just grab them both at once if you want to, whatever you'd like. And these bands are still loose, and you can see that these are a pin below. So they're not above, they're below. And that means that we have to place them on this pin. So I'm going to go to this pin that's below, right here, where the loose ends are. Grab both of these bands, or you can do one at a time. I'll start with one. So I'm grabbing the neon orange, and this goes diagonally. So it's the third pin on the left. So from the second pin in the middle to the third pin on the left. We're just folding them over. Really hope that made sense. Now I'm going to show you the second way. So push back all the bands that are above the border band. I'm going to grab both of these, so it's the pink and orange. Be careful with the tension and loop that forwards. So I just looped onto this pin. That's where we place the bands. And following this pin, go diagonally below. And I'm going to grab both of the bands on this pin, the pink and the orange, and go onto the same pin that we just looped onto. So there should be no colored bands left on the pin bar to the right, or the middle pin bar, once we are done. So now that we've looped both of these pins onto this pin, I'm going to push all the bands back and grab the bottom two and loop them forward. And then go diagonally downwards. Sorry, it squeaks on here. And grab these bands, fold them over to that same pin. So I'm going to repeat that. I'll go the same speed. This time I'm going to do one at a time. Push the bands back, grab the pink, go up, and the orange. And then pin down. Grab these two bands and fold them over. So this is what it should look like. Kind of weird, but that's what makes it twist. So I'll keep going. I'll stand on camera. I'm not going to explain it. Just watch carefully. If you don't understand, then keep rewinding back. But you want to make sure these bands are always looped first. Forward, fold over. And once you see all your bands in front of you, like if you're doing this bracelet, it's a lot easier than just watching me do it. But once you keep going it, you will definitely get the hang of it, and it will get a lot easier as you go on. So this one, and here is the last one. So you can see that there's this orange band, but all I'm going to do, grab this very bottom band and loop it. And then this is what my loom looks like. And now you're going to remove everything from your loom. Use your hooks so you don't break any bands, except for this top pin. So I'm going to go off camera and do that because I'm almost out of storage. Actually, I want to show everyone how when you take it off the loom, it does twist itself. So I just had to take a break because my phone ran out of storage, but it's all good now. So just going to pull it off. I'm going to hold my finger on this so that doesn't pop off, but if I'm stretching it, it looks like this. And then as soon as I let go, it twists. So I only twisted it because I had to get my hook out. But as you can see, it is harder to have it untwisted than twisted, and I just love that. Oh, now I'm going to make an extension, and I never do this, but I'm going to make a colored extension. So I'm just going to do orange, pink, white.
I love the orange that much. I'm sorry that this entire video is basically me obsessing over neon bands, but now I'm going to
Take a pink band. Stick my hook through all of these bands, make sure that you're not missing any, and pull a band through because there's a lot of bands. So now I'm going to place this at the end and start looping.
Just a basic single chain.
I'm going to take my C-clip. I know I say going to a lot, but I can't help it. And you can just attach it. And it doesn't really matter if it's twisted because the whole bracelet is twisted, pretty much. So, yeah, you can see this bracelet is very small. I'm not even sure. Yeah, this extension's enough, but, I mean, it doesn't cover much of my wrist. But that is how you make the Twisted Helix bracelet. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I tried, I think, harder than I've tried in any of my other tutorials to make this as easy to do as possible. It's my favorite original design, and if you make it, make sure to put the hashtag that is down below, and also find me on Instagram. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you liked it, and I'll see you next time.